Welcome students to session number 44 of chapter number 5, laws of motion. Today we are going to study an important topic, that is connected motion, that is motion over frictionless pulley, and also we are going to solve numerical based on law of conservation of linear momentum. Fine. So let us begin with our topic, that is connected motion. Connected motion. The world itself is self-cleared, that is connected. Two things are connected and moving together, that is known as what? Connected motion. Let us consider a frictionless pulley. This is we can consider to be frictionless pulley. Two masses are suspended. One is capital M and one is small m. Here two masses are suspended. One is capital M, other is small m. Condition is capital M is greater than small m. Are attached to the ends of inextensible string. Inextensible string. Clear? So what do you mean by inextensible? Inextensible means the thing on application of force which does not change its dimension is known as inextensible string. Clear? So one is capital M, one is small m. This is a frictionless pulley. This is your inextensible string. But obvious it is that this capital mass, bigger mass will move downwards with acceleration A, and this smaller mass will move upwards with acceleration A. Yes or no? For the case of weight, remember, for the case of weight, you will be able to see that this mg will act downwards, always towards the earth. Capital M mass, acceleration due to gravity G. Here also small m mass and acceleration due to gravity G. One more thing I have to point over here, that is tension in the string. Where the tension exactly acts, you will be able to notice that. For here tension is upward, that is T. Here is tension upwards, that is T. Hope it is clear. So I will write over here what I have taken in this. Figure is regarding connected motion. Now tell me what we have taken over here. Consider two masses. Which two masses? Capital M, small m. Capital M and small m attached to the ends of inextensible string. Provided capital M is greater than small m. Yes or no? Capital M is greater than small m. Moving over a frictionless pulley. With acceleration. We have to consider acceleration over here. I will consider acceleration over here to be small a. Yes or no? Because I have already mentioned that it is moving upward with acceleration A, it is moving downward with acceleration A. Hope it is clear. This resultant force due to this, that is capital F, that is equal to mass is capital A, acceleration is small a. Clear? Resultant force over here, that is equal to what? Capital F, that is equal to small m into A. 100% clear? Perfectly clear. Here the force is downward, here the force is upward. Hope it is clear. Very good. So consider two bodies of mass m and small m attached to the ends of an inextensible string where m is greater than small m, moving over a frictionless pulley with acceleration A, with acceleration small a. Till this clear? 100% clear? Fine. Moving ahead, we'll be able to see, according to Newton's second law of motion, according to Newton's second law of motion, if your capital M is greater than small m, then what will happen? the heavier mass will move downwards and the lighter mass will move upwards. Till this clear? So I can write over here, heavier mass will move upward or downward? Downward. Will move downward. And here lighter mass will move upward. Lighter mass moves upward. Is this clear? 100%. So according to Newton's second law of motion, let us take a free body diagram over here. What is free body diagram? If so many bodies are attached into an experiment or in a system, clear? You can able to see that if there is a connected system in which too many bodies are associated, too many mass are associated, then you can take what? Different mass outside and you can have the calculation for the individual. And then you can connect with all the, you connect different individuals into the system and you can calculate the entire parameter for the system. So that for this free body diagram, let us take an example. That is, this is mass over here. This is capital M. Yes or no? Its weight will be acting downwards. Very good. That is capital mg. Moving with acceleration a downwards. So your resultant force is how much? Resultant force F, that is equal to capital M A, and your tension in the string is upwards. Still this clear? According to Newton's second law of motion, remember the resultant force direction is always taken positive. Resultant force is downwards, so this is positive. So this direction will be considered to be positive. This direction will be considered to be negative. So I can write equation over here. F is equal to resultant force is equal to capital Mg, that is plus minus tension T. Remember always the resultant force direction is always taken as positive. Here resultant force, that is moving downwards, the resultant force is downwards. So downwards direction is considered to be positive. This is downward, so positive. This is upward, so negative. Hope it is clear perfectly. Very good. Resultant force direction is taken as always positive. The resultant force over here is downwards. So this downwards direction is considered to be what? Positive. So this is downwards, so positive. This is upward, so negative. Hope it is clear perfectly. So I got first, that is F is equal to mg minus t. F is nothing but what? Ma, mass into acceleration. I have already written. This is ma, that is mg minus t. This is my equation number 1. Hope it is perfectly clear. Very good. Moving to the next, that is, if I for the second body, I have to check. This is for small m. Yes or no? This small mg will act downwards. One thing over here you will able to notice, acceleration is upward. So your resultant force is upwards. Resultant force is upwards and your tension is again upwards. Is this clear? Here resultant force is upwards. Here resultant force is downward. So downward is considered to be positive. Here resultant force is upwards. Upward will be considered positive. Out of these two, which is upward? T or mg? T. Very good. So T will be plus and mg will be minus. So again, if I write the equation, then F is equal to T minus mg. I can write, instead of this F, I can write small ma, because here connected body mass is small m. T minus mg. This is my equation number 2. Clear to equation? First equation, second equation. Hope it is perfectly clear. Very good. Moving ahead. So we were having equation, first equation that we have got, that is capital MA, that is equal to capital MA, that is equal to capital Mg minus T. This is my equation 1. Second equation, I got small ama, that is equal to T minus Mg. This is my equation 2. Clear? Now I will do adding equation 1 and 2. Adding equation 1 and 2. What I am going to get? Ma, that is equal to Ma plus Mg. Ma plus this small ma, these two sides I am going to add, mg minus t plus t minus mg. These two sides I am going to get adding. So this is going to cancel. So if a is common, then capital M plus small m, that is equal to, here is mg minus small mg. So I can take g out, that is, this is m minus small m, and this is a m plus small m. Clear? So I am going to get my answer. If I want to find out the acceleration of the body, then for A, that is equal to capital M minus small m divided by capital M small m into g. This is my equation 1. required acceleration of the connected body, a required acceleration of the system. Clear? This is my first equation I got. I added this equation, this two side got added, this two side got added, t got cancelled. So your mg minus mg, g common, m minus m, here a common, m plus, and therefore a is equal to m minus m upon m plus m into g. 100% clear? Moving ahead, if I want to find out the tension of the string, because here I need to calculate two things, find out the acceleration of the connected system and tension of the connected system. So I got acceleration of the connected system, now I need to find out tension of the connected system. So for going to that, let me erase it off. For tension, what we are going to do, we do have again two equations with us. Again I am writing two equations. The first equation I was having with me, that is equal to capital M A, that is equal to M, first capital M A, that is equal to capital M G minus T, that was equation 1. Again I have small m a, that is equal to t minus small m g, that is my equation 2. 1 divided by 2. What I am going to get? M a divided by small m a, that is equal to m g minus t divided by t minus m g. So this a cancels, so capital M by small m, that is equal to m g minus t divided by t minus m g. Is this clear? Now cross multiply. So capital M into t minus m g, that is small m, that is mg minus t. Clear? So this is mt minus small m capital mg, small m capital mg, minus this is small t. If I calculate this mt plus small mt, that is equal to 2. This will go over here, so it will going to be plus only, no? So mg plus small m capital M G. So I am going to get 2 capital M small m g twice. Yes or no? So this side, if I will take t common, that is m plus m. So my answer for tension is 2 capital M small m divided by capital M small m into g. This is my required equation for tension. This is your required equation for tension. Tension in string. Tension in string. Hope it is perfectly clear. Perfectly clear. Very good. Now moving to examples. Coming to example 5.16, we'll able to check today. So 5.16 and 5.16 we are going to study. In this example is related to the topic electric motion. Now they are given that on a frictionless pulley there are two masses attached. One is, that is a 12 kg and other is 8 kg. Is moving on frictionless surface. Clear? They need to calculate acceleration A. They need to calculate tension in the string T. These two things they need to calculate. Now we do have capital M, that is 12 kg. Small m we do have, that is 8 kg. We need to calculate A, we need to calculate T, and they have given G to be used 10 meter per second square. Clear? Now I have already discussed what is acceleration formula. A, that is equal to capital M minus small m, capital M plus small m into G. Yes or no? So simply we will put the values. Capital M 12, very good. 8, 12 plus 8 into 10. 12 minus 8 is how much? 4. 12 plus 8 is 20 into how much? 10. 0, 0 cut 2. So answer is how much? 2 meter per second square. This is my required acceleration of the system. Perfectly clear? Very good. Now if somebody asks for tension, tension formula was 2 capital M small m divided by M capital small m into G. So put the values 2, 12, 8. Divide by 20 into 10. Cancel. 2 cancel. So 16, 1 is 76. 8 to the 16, 1 carry, 8 and 1 is 96. Clear? So unit is 96 Newton. T is 96 Newton. Clear? 8 to the 16, 1 carry, 96 Newton is your answer. This is so simple. See? So simple. Acceleration is nothing but m minus m upon capital M plus small m into G. Tension is 2 capital M small m divided by capital M plus small m into G. Perfect. Moving ahead to the next example, that is example 5.17. In this example, they have given that the nucleus, a capital M, is at rest in a laboratory frame of reference. and yes, and after disintegration it is disintegrated into two nuclei of mass m1 and m2 moving in opposite direction. We need to prove that. They have given only mass nucleus of mass capital M, which is addressed in laboratory. After disintegration, it disintegrates into two nuclei of masses m1 and m2 moving into opposite direction. That we need to prove that. Now listen, rest means capital V is what? 0. So according to law of conservation of momentum, according to law of conservation of linear momentum, what we are going to write? Can you tell me according to law of conservation of linear momentum? Very good. Linear momentum before disintegration is equal to linear momentum after disintegration. So you can say linear momentum, total linear momentum before disintegration is equal to total linear momentum after disintegration. Clear? 100%. Now total linear momentum before disintegration. Before disintegration, mass was capital M, velocity was 0. So I can put 0. I can first write the equation, then I'll put the values. Capital M, capital V. After disintegration, two masses. First mass M1, velocity V1. Second mass M2, velocity V2. This V is nothing but initially it was at rest. Capital V 0. So I am going to get M1 V1 plus M2 V2. Till this clear? If this is 0 into something is 0, so my answer is M1 V1 plus M2 V2. So if I'll send this side, so M2 V2 that is equal to minus M1 V1. So from here I can get equation V2 that is equal to minus M1 by M2 into V1. Yes or no? Here this negative sign. You can write over here ratio M1 by M2 can never be negative. So V2 is negative. So you can say the negative sign represents over here. See, this cannot be negative. Mass cannot be negative. Yes or no? So now what is negative? V1. So you can say that. So negative sign represents. Directions are opposite. To each other. Hope it is clear. This negative represents that V1 and V2 are opposite. Opposite means they are moving in opposite direction. Hence I have proved that after disintegration, both the particles will move in opposite direction from this negative sign. I can prove that. Because their velocity, one is positive, one is negative, means negative shows the direction is opposite. Clear? 100%? Very good. Moving ahead. Okay, in example 5.18 they have given the two billiard balls. Billiard balls means, have you seen the balls that we have in the game of pool? That small balls, that are billiard balls. Two billiard balls, they are saying, very nice example. Plus x minus x axis. We can consider. Two billiard balls are moving in opposite direction. With velocity 6 meters per second. Clear? Moving in opposite direction with velocity 6 meters per second. They collide, rebound again. After collision, they collide and rebound again, means what happens? Yes, so this is your A, this is your B. Again with the same, without changing the speed. 6 meters per second only. They are rebound back. Calculate impulse imparted by one ball on the other. We need to calculate impulse imparted by one ball. Impulse imparted by each ball on due to other. That is question mark. Now impulse imparted, will everybody know that? What is impulse imparted? Impulse imparted, that is nothing but what? Change in momentum. nothing but what? Change in momentum. Very good. Change in momentum. Clear? Now change in momentum, that is nothing but what? P final minus P initial. Change is nothing but what? Final quantity minus initial quantity. Yes or no? So this is figure A, that is before collision. Clear? This is B, that is after collision. Clear perfectly? This is before collision, this is a after collision. Now we are taking for ball A. Ball A we are considering. Clear? Now one thing over here I want to tell you, that is from the diagram itself I can make it out which velocity I need to take consider positive, second other to be negative. So this is moving in positive x-axis, so this is plus 6. Minus 6, negative x-axis. Negative x-axis minus 6. Positive axis plus 6. Clear perfectly from the diagram? Fine. For ball A, I can say initial momentum, that is Pi, that is equal to what? Mass into velocity. Initial means before collision. So what is this? 6 into mass is, each billiard ball is having mass 0.05 kg. So 6 into 0.05 kg meter per second, you need to multiply. What you are going to get over here? 0.05, that is 100. Yes or no? This is 5 2s are 10, 20. Clear? This is how much? 10 2s are. This is 3 2s are. Yes or no? The answer is how much? 0.3 unit kg meter per second. Your answer is plus over here. Plus 0.3. Clear? Initial momentum means before collision. Remember. Before collision. Clear? Now final momentum I want to calculate for ball A. Final momentum, that is after collision. Yes or no? That is denoted by letter PF. Again, MV. Final condition of A, M is 0.05 kg and this is minus 6. So my answer is minus 0.3, unit is kg meter per second. Clear? Impulse imparted, if I want to calculate impulse imparted for ball A, that is final minus initial. Yes or no? Again I have recently told that final minus initial changing in momentum is impulse imparted. Final is how much? Minus 0.3, initial is minus 0.3 because this is middle minus and this is positive 0.3, so my answer is how much? Minus 0.6 kg meter per second. Perfectly clear? 100%? Very good. Now I want to find out for what? Ball B. So I am just changing the letter over here and this. Fine. So I am going to get for final, that is for ball B I am calculating initial momentum, that is Pi. That is nothing but what? 0.05 and initial speed is minus 6. The answer is minus 0.3 kg meter per second. Clear? Here for the case of final 0.05 and speed is 6 plus 6. So my answer is 0.3, that is plus kg meter per second. Yes or no? Here is final is 0.3 minus initial is minus 0.3. So my answer is 0.3 plus 0.3, that is my answer 0.6 kg meter per second. This is my second answer. First was minus 0.6, this is 0.6. Clear? Impulse imparted by one another are opposite and equal. Clear? Because the speed are equal. 100% clear? Thank you.